Okay, so let me start with a very basic example that what exactly is an idea. So we all hear about the successful startups, the successful entrepreneurs in our day-to-day life, but we are not much aware about the failed entrepreneurs or the failed ideas that took place before certain years. So every movie starts with a history. So let me begin what innovation exactly is with a history, right? So if you can see a picture over here at the bottom, you can see that there is some mess over here, and there a factory has burned. So basically this is a story of the greatest person on this earth. His name is I hope you all might be knowing, the one who invented the bulb. So what exactly the story was? So when this when he started inventing the bulb, he had a factory in which he used to work on day to day life. But one sudden fine morning, what happened was the factory burnt. And when this the great personality thought that what exactly is happening, let me go over there and see that what has happened. And he's seeing that his factory is burned. So he with his son was he took his son along with him to the factory. And the son told that, yes, dad, the factory is whole burned. Now what we will do? So he told the son that go and call your mom. So when the son went and called his mom to see the factory burning, his mom was partially she was not in a phase to look up at those incidents. And then this great personality said that, thank you god for burning all my mistakes. I have came back and I will start again. So at the age of 60, he invented the light, right? So this is a failed startup, and he is known to be one of the successful, he has also got a Nobel Prize, and he's called to be one of the successful person. He has invented light for us, right? So what happens is, every idea, it's not necessary that it will succeed. 90% of the ideas fail, and that's how the reinvention, the rebeginning of the whole process starts. So this is a very first step of failing yourself with an idea. So if you are failing with yourself with an idea, try to think that you are going in the right direction. Try to think that you are going on a right path. Okay, so if you are not failing, it's not necessary that you are wrong. But yes, if you are failing, it's I think there is something more you need to invent, and there is something more you need to reinvest yourself, so that you can give much better to the society. So this is just a basic example I would like, I wanted to explain that what happens about, and what is the idea of failing in your own idea, failing in your own startup, and then having the whole idea to be on the paper on a very very fine morning again, and reinventing those technologies, reinventing those times, and creating more good opportunities for the betterment of the society. So this was a very basic start of what exactly is an idea and how ideas come up. So there is a fine rule. If you see all the ideas which come up in the society, let's to have a critical thinking. So what exactly is critical thinking? If you see for example, if you are walking on a road, and if you see a car crash, right? So what happens is, you try to think that what was the reason the car crash happened. So this is how the problem starts. So when you think over to those problems, you start thinking about what could be a better solution. The driver had should have a better turn, or the pole was not on the right direction. So then you start thinking that what exactly the mistake was the driver in a very high speed, or was he drunk, or was the pole where the car crashed was not in a proper direction. So this is how the thinking starts, and after that you invent a solution. So what exactly solution your solution would be? Let's say the driver should have bare minimum speed when he's taking a turn, or else the pole should not be on this direction. This is a wrong direction where the pole has been put. So this is how a thinking process starts, and this is how you try to think about the ideas for solving the problems of the society. So this is a very basic understanding of what critical thinking is. But over here I want to, tell you something, that in the era of 21st century, where we live with, n number of ideas. If you know Elon Musk, he has a new idea every day, a crazy idea, where people laughs at him that, this cannot be possible. And if you see 10 years down the lane, he makes it possible. So this is how your reinvention, your redevelopment of your idea begins. So you see a problem, you start thinking, and you find a solution, right? So this is a very basic step process of approaching towards your idea. But what exactly is critical thinking is something you think out of the box. Let's say, you all have heard this thought, think out of the box. But what does it exactly mean? So if you see the picture on the right, the top bottom picture, so this is a water ATM which has been established at each and every railway station. This has been installed at each and every railway stations, if you see. So what was the problem? That the travelers who used to travel on a daily basis had more problem of drinking water. So they need to carry the water bottles, and if those gets empty, they need to, purchase a new water bottle. So that was the big problem what people were facing in day to day life. So what people thought was, let us invent something where we can have a dispensing machine which can give pure water, right? So this was an idea which was cultivated, but no one thought of as this sort of an ATM. This is known as a water ATM. So what happens is, you put 2 or 3 rupees or maybe 5 rupees, and you get 1 liter of water out of that. So this is how, you try to develop your thought process. You try to develop your ideas into a business module, a business innovation. Or else you can also say that as a social innovation, right? To help people, to, the help society, or for anything for the betterment of the society. If you try to think critically, and if you try to develop a model, a prototype, what we call in business terms, it is basically a critical thinking, and a critical thinking based solution. So if you see the picture on the very left, down bottom side, the one man is saying that what is the most important rule, and the second man is trying to say to break the rules, right? So whatever predefined sets of data you have, whatever predefined sets of, thinking process you have, if you break those chain, and if you try to think ahead of that, you will, try to create a more better solution for the society, or maybe a more better solution for your own business. So this is how the critical thinking process starts. And this is how you, merge your ideas into a product wherein you provide service and you earn out of it. So it's not always earning, but if you see on a very on a concrete level, you try to create something which is useful for the society, which is useful for the people. And again, it gets, you get money out of that, through which you can regenerate the product, or else maybe you can generate more products to help the society. So this is how, you should think of having an idea solving the problems of the society. So our today's topic is, how can I be an innovator? So, everyone must be thinking that we have this idea, we have those ideas, but how can we be innovative? So let me tell you, where you live in this world of 21st century, where um, you have the whole Google Scholar, the whole Dr. Google along with you, and then you need to be an innovator. That is, you need to do something, something which is not already done, or else maybe something which is already done, but you try to find better solutions of those problems, right? For example, ATM was there before a few months, but no one thought of as creating as a water ATM. There was a startup I was aware about. Those were the people creating the automatic systems for the ration products. So basically, it was a ration dispenser, due to which they were trying to, reach to the society, so that the people could get more better products from the government what they are giving. So those people use the same concept, creating an ATM for the ration products. So you can use your idea to multiple domains, you can use your idea to multiple features, right? So this is how you think of combining those prospects, what you see, what you observe, and thinking of having a solutions out of that. It is not necessary that all of you invest your time in building a technological startup. But for example, if you are walking on a road, or maybe if you are going somewhere, if you find a problem, that this is a problem, and if you have some idea how to solve those problem, you can, at least you are one step ahead of those people who don't even think, right? So once you have thought that this is a problem and this is a solution, then you try to think that how can this solution be more innovative, or be more productive, so that people could get the better advantages out of that. Whenever who is the best innovator is someone who addresses the problems of the society, right? So while addressing the problems, you also try to you need to take care that you are a customer, you are trying to buy this product, or you are trying to use this service, and what all you feel when using this service. When you keep yourself in the shoes of a customer, in the shoes, the on the opposite side, you will try to feel that these are the loopholes what I am having in my own service, or else which I am having in my own product. So once you get those loopholes, you try to work on those loopholes and create a better product. So this is how the born, or else the birth of innovation takes place. Whenever you try to invent some solution, you will try to find out a more good solution, and after few years you will try to find out a much better solution than that. So this is a journey of how you reinvent yourself, how you reinvent your ideas and regenerate your thinking process. So this is how the first step and a very foremost step of how can I be an innovator takes place. So let us go to let us have a very brief overview of what these companies are and what these people are doing, right? So I think all of you are must aware about the edtech based startups. This is an EDX, Coursera, Udemy, DataCamp, Udacity, and there are many more options right now which are available. But if you know more about this edtech startups, you might be knowing that these people are not genius. These people are not someone who has a PhD in education. These are the people of management. These are the people, these are the common people who are the owners of these companies. So basically, they are psychologists. So what happened was, let me tell you a story. In the pandemic, they tried to think that what are the best solutions we can provide so that students can study online, sitting online. And these are the companies which have been established, since several years. But the phase took place in last 1.5 to 2 years, when we all were facing this pandemic, and we all were at home. So what these companies tried to do was they collaborated with different universities, they collaborated with different organizations, and what they tried to do is they tried to offer a course, let's say course of 6 weeks, course of let's say 7 weeks, or maybe 11 months, so that you can sit at your home, you can study at your own time, and you can solve quizzes, and you can solve puzzles out of those. And after you do all those things, you are awarded with a certificate, right, which would be helpful, or which may be helpful for your career. So what happened is, these companies try to collaborate with the universities, collaborate with the mentors, and they try to provide online services to the students, so that they can have their certificates online by sitting at their home. They can study, and they can build their own resume, or maybe build their own profile. So what they tried to do is, those are the people who are, they have mastered themselves in studying psychology of the people. So what they did was, what a student thinks when he tries to log into EDX, or maybe they try to log into Coursera. What they will do is, if for example, let's say I want to learn data science, or maybe let's say I want to learn Python. So what I will do is, I'll write basic course in Python. So what they did was, they kept the course such as beginners for Python for beginners, or maybe something which is a very first step, a very crucial step in learning process. And then they have the follow up advanced courses. So for example, if I am a customer and I am a student, I'll try to log into Coursera or maybe EDX, and I'll try to do the basic course first. What then, if I get interest, I'll try to move on to the advanced courses. If I don't, I will stop it over here, right? So what happens is they will try to generate more and more number of money out of all those offered courses. So this is a very a very innovative idea they bought, of collaborating with the universities. For example, if you have been awarded a certificate by Coursera, okay, it is valid, you can merge it to your LinkedIn profile. But what happens is you need some recognition, right? You need some something which could be useful for your career. So they try to collaborate with the university. Let's say if you are doing a course on Python, it may be collaborated with let's say John Hopkins University, or maybe University of Ottawa. So they have the universities have offered joint courses, and they are trying to attract students. This is a marketing policy. They are trying to giving a course at a very nominal rate, and then they try to attract students to come to them and study at their universities, right? So this is how an innovative idea, this is a very simple idea of teaching online, but how this can be made innovative, we all have to learn from all these companies, right? So this was a very basic example what they did. Then again, Netflix and Amazon Prime, those are the people who are very good at learning psychology, right? And what they do is, once you watch a web series, they will try to find out your emotions, whether you like a horror movie, whether you like a comedy web series, or maybe you are more interested in Marvel, right? So what they try to do is, when you log into Netflix or Prime Video next time, they'll try to suggest the videos according to your choice, according to your preferences, and according to what you think that the best would be for the whole of your day. So this is how they try to understand the psychology of the other people, and they try to market their products. So this is how an idea is very simple. You offer services to watch movies online, but how can it be more innovative is learning the psychological approaches. So this is a very next aspect. We all should know about how to learn psychological approaches of people, and how you can provide your product in a different way. So this is how these companies have been started, and this is how those companies are dealing with. So when you think that you need to build something, you need to build your own product, or maybe you need to build your own services, what you try to do is, you try to have an idea, you try to find out a solution. But now the main goal is, you have to make your idea innovative, your idea successful, right? So then you go back again to your idea and try to think that what best I can give to the society, or else what best I can give it to my customers. कुछ ऐसा कुछ क्या हम दे सकते हैं कि लोग सब चीज छोड़ के हमारे पास आए. So this is how every entrepreneur should think, and this is how every businessman thinks. Abhi, for example, if you say a very good example of Geo, right? So if you have heard about the merger of Z cinemas, like Z TV channels, and now Network 18, I think they will have a collaboration, and then Reliance will have a very big stake in India. Reliance is trying to be a next Amazon for India. So what Mukesh Ambani is doing is nothing new. You all have 24 hours to think. He also has 24 hours to think. But what he tries to do is, he tries to offer the best services to the customers. And once you offer the best services, once you learn the psychological aspects of your customer, or else your clients, you would be able to give a very small thing. Let's say if you want to sell this mouse, you would be able to sell this in a very easy way, right? So you don't have to go and convince to people will come to you. So this is how an innovative approach to idea takes place. So there are two bifurcations. One is your innovative idea, and second is your innovative approach to an existing idea. So these are the two basic principles one should always think of while making your product, or maybe your services, more reachable to the people and to the society. So every opticians offer a website, and every opticians offer you can go, you can select, you can purchase from their website. So this was a basic idea. What Lenskart tried to do is, they tried to include more artificial intelligence, more sort of machine learning algorithms. So what happens is, when you click your own photo, right, so it will try to learn the face cut. Or after learning the face cut, it will try, and it will help you to choose a best frame, whatever you like, and it will show your photo that how it will look when you wear this frame. So this is an algorithm based approach they have used, and this is something innovative they are doing for the customers, for the society, and for the people. Because you like, oh, before purchasing online, you will, if you try your spectacles, and if you see that how you will look, right, they in front of a mirror, you get more confidence to purchase more products, right? So this are the very basic steps what people think of giving something innovative to the society. So this is how an innovation should be, and this is how an innovator should be in a thinking process. Let's say a very a new, if you might have heard about Amfine or iClinic, but these are the two startups which have been boosted since last 1.5 to 2 years. So what happened was the whole world was suffering from COVID-19, and what these guys did was that, if I tell you about Amfine, it is basically a software based company. They are into the telemedicine, and what they try to do is they try to connect doctors with the patients and patients with the doctors, right? Doctors does not mean something, someone who is MD, or maybe someone who is PharmD, or doctor means the whole paramedical staff. For example, if you have a fever, it is not necessary that you consult a MD, or else you consult a fine doctor. But if you also ask a paramedical staff, they will also suggest that you should take a paracetamol, and after taking a paracetamol, if the temperature is not in control, you should visit you should visit your doctor, or you should talk to your doctor. So what they try to do is they try to merge patients with the whole paramedical staff. So for example, in that software, it is basically a chatbot. If you can see the picture at the bottom, iClinic, it's basically a chatbot. So what they try to do is, if you click on this ask a doctor online, you will be redirected to a chat message that, hi, for example, hola, how are you, and how are you doing, how are you feeling, are there any symptoms you are facing? And if you respond to those chats, there is an artificial robot. For example, what exactly is artificial robot is, for example, a doctor sits for 3 hours. It trains a robot that if a patient asks this question, the answer should be this. If a patient is suffering from fever, you should tell the patient to have paracetamol. If the bot will say that have a paracetamol, then the bot will again ask that, are you feeling well? If you will say yes, then it will run the loop, and doctor will say thanks to you. Yeah, right? And if you say no, then it will again redirect to a doctor, and doctor can advise to you that what you should do. This way, they are trying to save time of doctors and time of patients. You no need to visit physically to your doctor. You no need to visit you need to spend your precious hours and go to doctor during this COVID situation. And you should they will more prefer that you will be at home, and if you are facing a lot many problems, then you can also have a virtual meet with a doctor. So this is how they tried to apply the IT knowledge into the telemedicine part. Else, you can also say that they also tried to regenerate the knowledge of artificial intelligence, and they tried to use those knowledge to make something good for the people, to make something good for the society. And that's how they started creating business. So this is something very innovative. This is something, all we should think of while addressing a situation. The best part, when innovation takes place, is when you go through a situation, when you address a problem, and you try to create solutions for that. Even if your solution is small, you are a innovator, right? It's not necessary that you should have a very big plan, a very big company, or else a very big project to be an innovator. It's just simple. If you are also selling some food products online, or maybe some gift articles, you should have innovative way to approach people. This is how innovation takes place. For example, if there is a Valentine's Day, and if you are going to sell vada pav, no one will buy, right? in Valentine's Day you need to sell chocolates. If you are selling chocolates, how innovatively you can sell? For example, let's say everyone will sell a basket of chocolates on Instagram or maybe on some social media profiles. But what you are trying to approach is you also give services to write a love letter to your girlfriend, right? For example, if I don't know how to write a love letter, you have a software in which you for example, if I am your customer, I'll go and request that I want to have a basket of chocolates and a love letter, right? So believe me, this is not my experience, but this is what I'm trying to make you connect with the real problems of the society. You go to that software, you request, and you get a box of chocolate and a good card where the whole love letter is written. It's just your name is edited and your girlfriend's name is edited. That's it. So these are the lovely words software writes. So this is how you think of innovativeness, an innovative idea where people will approach you rather than approaching a normal startup or else a normal based company. So this is how the innovation takes place. So second innovation what we all saw was this during the time of pandemic, to maintain social distancing, artificial intelligence played a huge role. So what happened was, if you are walking on the street, if you see the picture, there is a camera which is on the top and it tries to detect that whether you have a mask on your face or not. If you do not have, it sends a text message to your phone that please wear a mask and maintain social distancing. If you are going nearer to another person, your phone vibrates. So this is how the AI based algorithms are written, and this is how the artificial intelligence has made us aware about the problems of the society and how innovatively we can approach those problems. So AI was being used in each and every country, I suppose, and due to AI, we tried to maintain social distance. We tried to detect people who doesn't have a mask, and if it has a mask, how much protection he has on the mask. So this is in something innovative. The situation is we are all facing through the pandemic. The problem is we all need to get out of this thing, and the solution is we try to find out innovative ways on getting out and maintaining social distancing, right? So if you see the right, there was a Python code basically, and it was a software which was developed in USA in our own university. What we tried to do is we tried to build a certain we had certain images of the chest x-ray. These are the x-rays what you see on the right, and what we tried to do is we tried to detect, if you give your x-ray, we will try to detect that whether you have a COVID or not. So we have a predefined data set. We have data set of n number of people who had X-ray, who had a viral bacteria, who had pneumonial bacteria, and many more diseases. And we try to map your X-ray to those set of images. When the parameter matches, we'll try to find out that whether you have COVID or not. The main purpose of doing this is that remote places there are no much doctors available, and this software can help. Can be helpful for the paramedical staff to find out the symptoms and the symptoms of COVID, and what are and they can give prescriptions according to that. So this is how what innovation takes place and what innovative idea should be of developing your own product into a place where people require, where people appreciate your product. And the third most important thing is you try to give something new to the existing product. If you try to make some product, try to Google it out. If someone has already made, what innovativeness you can bring. And if you bring innovativeness, the customers will like or not. एक चीज होती है कि हमको क्या देना है, और दूसरी चीज होती है कि लोगों को क्या चाहिए. So there is a vast difference between these two. And a very crucial point, if you see in research and development, is everyone wants to give their own, right? कोई ये नहीं सोचता कि सामने वाले को क्या चाहिए. सबको अपना प्रोडक्ट अच्छे से प्रेजेंट करना है, सबको अपना प्रोडक्ट इतना इनोवेटिव बनाना है कि दे ट्राई टू फॉरगेट द थिंग कि सामने वाले को वो चीज चाहिए या नहीं चाहिए. They try to evaluate themselves in the society, and they try to forget evaluate themselves with the people, that whatever you are making or whatever approach you carry, do people require those approaches, or people have more better options. You should always try to think of this parameters to make your idea more successful and reach to the common people. Try to believe me, if you try to reach to common people, I think you are good to go with a startup and an enterprise, right? Because most of the companies, what they try to do is they try to build a product where they are not able to reach to common people. There are certain products which is used by either, let's say, someone who is at a higher middle class or at a middle class level, because they try to understand the product. But if you approach a very basic example of Arogya Setu app, is you try to feed your responses and it gives that you are safe or not, and it also suggests you if there is someone COVID positive nearby. So this is something which is addressing the society. This is something which is addressing the people. So basically what you are trying to do is you are trying to address a mass number of people. Let's say if you 100 if you approach 1000 people and if you try to solve their problem, I think if 800 people appreciate your idea, it is a huge success. So this is how innovation should be, and this is how you will find yourself at a very good stage when you redesign and reinvent in the future years to come. So basically there is some idea which needs to be discussed, and according to the discussion there should be some evaluation. Your idea should be evaluated, let's say by the incubator management. If you come at Institute Innovation Council and if you say that I have this idea and I want to develop it into a more further stages, I think Dr. OP Sharma, Sujata ji, Anupriya ji, what they try to do is they try to evaluate your idea, that how is it feasible in the market. After those evaluation has been done, then what you need to do is you need to start pitching your idea. What pitching means is, for example, let's say I have a big business idea and I want to say something. So what I need to do is I need to explain my whole concept, my whole idea into just 2 minutes. Because whenever you go to angel investors or whenever you go to venture capitalists, they don't have much time, right? They need to hear more 500 business plans and then they need to invest their money in the best ones, right? So pitching is a very important thing कि आप अपना बात कैसी तरीके से पेश करते हैं. So this is basically a very good practice if you can build up. After pitching, what comes is the pre-incubation stage. That is, आपने pitching कर ली, आपका idea भी evaluate हो गया, अच्छा है, but then आपको बैठ के एक team के साथ you have to build a team. Without team you cannot, there is a very good quote said by Ratan Tata. If I remember, I have read couple of years ago that if you want to walk fast, कि आपको जल्दी दौड़ना है, वॉक अलोन. अगर आपको जल्दी दौड़ना है तो अकेले दौड़िए. बट इफ यू वांट टू वॉक फार, कि आपको अगर दूर तक जाना है तो वॉक विथ अ टीम. दिस वाज अ स्टेटमेंट गिवन बाय रतन टाटा बिफोर few years, and not few years, before many years, and this has been proved in last couple of years if you see the developments done by Tata for the country. So this is how a good innovator thinks of developing a team and pre-incubating the team into the Institute Innovation Council. If you are the students of IGNOU, if you are not the students of IGNOU, try to search some nearby university who has an incubation center and try to approach the incubation center for the pre-incubation stages. तो यहाँ पे आप क्या करते हैं, आप पूरा टीम बैठ के अपना आइडिया डिस्कस करते हैं एंड यू ट्राई टू डेवलप योर ओन प्रोडक्ट और सर्विसेज. जब भी आप अपना ओन प्रोडक्ट और सर्विसेज डेवलप करते हैं, सो देयर शुड बी सम स्ट्रेटेजी कि आप कैसे मार्केट में पेश करोगे, व्हाट वुड बी योर की पॉइंट्स ऑफ मार्केटिंग एंड व्हाट वुड बी योर की पॉइंट्स ऑफ ब्रिंगिंग फंड्स टू द कंपनी. सो उसको हम बोलते हैं बिजनेस प्लान डेवलपमेंट. तो ये होता है एक टेबल के ऊपर बैठने पर. सो दैट इज अ प्री इंक्यूबेशन स्टेज. और वो खत्म होने के बाद आपका आता है इंक्यूबेशन स्टेज. व्हाट हैपेंस इज आपने अपना प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन कर लिया, प्रोडक्ट इज रेडी, बट जब भी आप मार्केट के अंदर उसको सेल करने जाओगे या फिर अपना प्रोडक्ट किसी को दिखाने जाओगे, सो देयर वुड बी सम पॉजिटिव फीडबैक्स एंड देयर वुड बी लॉट ऑफ नेगेटिव फीडबैक्स. बिलीव मी, देयर वुड बी मोर नेगेटिव फीडबैक्स देन पॉजिटिव फीडबैक्स. सो वो नेगेटिव फीडबैक्स को आप वापस स्टडी करोगे, वापस उसको इम्प्रूव करोगे, एंड देन यू विल try to sell your product. So this is an incubation stage where you test your product with the people. आप आपने जिसके लिए प्रोडक्ट बनाया है उसको जाके आप दोगे, तो वो बताएगा कि मेरे को ये चीज अच्छा लग रहा है या मेरे को ये चीज अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है या फिर मुझे और कुछ नया चाहिए. So incubation means you try to reinvent yourself, you try to reinvent your whole team into a training based platform कि जहाँ पे आप कस्टमर के रिव्यू स्टडी करके अपना प्रोडक्ट डेवलप करो. इंक्यूबेशन स्टेज खत्म हो जाने के बाद द लास्ट इज अ ग्रेजुएशन स्टेज. सब चीज के बाद हम लोग ग्रेजुएट होते हैं, राइट. सो दैट मीन्स यू आर गुड टू गो विथ योर ओन प्रोडक्ट. आपका प्रोडक्ट ऑलरेडी टेस्ट हो चुका है एंड पीपल स्टार्ट लाइकिंग योर प्रोडक्ट एंड दे हैव स्टार्ट परचेजिंग सिंस लास्ट 6 months और मे बी कपल ऑफ ईयर्स. सो दिस इज अ ग्रेजुएशन स्टेज जहाँ पे आप जाके कुछ नया आइडिया सोचोगे, कुछ नया इन्वेंशन करोगे एंड यू विल ट्राई टू गिव दोज एग्जिस्टिंग इन्वेंशन टू द एग्जिस्टिंग कस्टमर्स. और अगर एग्जिस्टिंग कस्टमर्स नहीं है, so you will try to find new customers for your new innovation. So this is a graduation stage. So this is how journey of entrepreneur is. This is how a journey of making your idea reach to the society is. And this is a stage where you can all come together and you can build your own products and services. So that is the whole motto of Institute Innovation Council, to promote education of entrepreneurship, that is innovation, a development, more sort of making yourself expertise into making the idea reach to the society. And again, the main motto of Institute Innovation Council is providing the incubation stage and the funding opportunities to their young fellow startups. So after your idea gets successfully graduated, you are a successful entrepreneur, right? So this is how a journey of entrepreneur is. And this is how the how I can be an innovator. So this is the 4 or 5 basic steps what we have discussed, that you have to think critically, you have to think something more innovative, or maybe you try to learn to present the same thing in an innovative way. And these are the different stages what we can see of making your idea more innovative. So thank you so much